Every founder says they are here to change the world. Sam Altman might have done it, but not before living on noodles, giving himself scurvy, and getting kicked out of his own shop, and then storming back like a Silicon Valley John Wick. This is a tale of how a dropout went from scurvy to the king of AI. Altman dropped out of Stanford to build Loopt, a map app to share your spot with friends. Great idea. Except he did it before the iPhone even came out. Well, that's like inventing Uber before cars. He lived so rough on ramen and ice cream that he got scurvy. Yes, the pirate sickness. Forget move fast and break things. This was move fast and break your body. Still, he caught the eye of Paul Graham from Y Combinator. Graham said, you could drop Sam on an island of cannibals and in 5 years, he'd be the king. Nice career advice, but dead on foreshadowing. By 30, Sam was running Y Combinator, the top startup bootcamp in the world. He had to pick the next billion-dollar firms. But he was hooked on AI. Around the same time, Elon Musk was shouting, AI could wipe us out.
I try to convince people to slow down AI, to regulate AI. Nobody listens.
He tried to warn Google's Larry Page, who shrugged it off. Relax, Elon. So in 2015, Musk, Altman, Greg Brockman, and Ilya sat down to dinner. They walked out having made OpenAI, a non-profit open source built for humanity. The goal was to stop Google's monopoly. The twist, they would soon build their own. Early OpenAI was wild. They trained a bot to play Dota 2, a huge online game where 5-person teams fight to take each other's base. Their bot got so good that it beat human pros. At the same time, they were using robot arms to do chores, folding laundry, opening doors, even stacking blocks. People joked they were building robot butlers. And somehow, all of this counted as progress. But inside, they spoke about AGI, Artificial General Intelligence, as if they were making God. Not better apps, not smarter search, but a mind that could learn any task. In June 2017, Google published a paper, Attention is all you need. That was the birth of the transformer, the architecture behind modern AI. Google didn't move fast on it, OpenAI did. And almost overnight, AI jumped from simple demos to models that could write stories, generate code, and even mimic human style. The race had begun. In 2019, OpenAI pulled out a stunt. GPT-2 is too dangerous to release. Wired called it the AI too scary to share. It worked. The world suddenly believed that OpenAI had something big, even though the model looked lame by today's standards. But inside, the company was in turmoil. Elon Musk, an original co-founder and the biggest donor, tried to take control. He pushed to fold OpenAI into Tesla so that it could power his self-driving project. The board refused, so Elon walked out, and with him, his promised funding that left OpenAI strapped for cash. So they made a radical move from non-profit to a new structure they called capped profit. The pitch was simple. Investors could make money, but not unlimited money. Enough to attract capital without looking like just another startup. And that's when Microsoft entered. In mid-2019, Satya Nadella wrote the first billion-dollar check, plus unlimited Azure cloud credits. 4 years later, in 2023, that 1 billion turned into 10. By then, OpenAI wasn't just for humanity, it was for Azure. November 2022, Sam Altman tweets, we launched ChatGPT, try it here, that's it. Inside, the team guessed that 100,000 users would try it in a week. 2 months later, 100 million, the fastest app growth in history. For comparison, Facebook took over 4 years to hit 100 million. Instagram needed about 2.5. TikTok did it in 9 months. ChatGPT, just 2. For the first time, a bot didn't feel like a bot. It felt like a conversation. Overnight, OpenAI went from a research lab to a household name. But not everyone inside saw it coming. Even the safety team wasn't told it was going live. The risks were obvious. Misinformation, security holds, even tips on crime. And top of that, AI hallucination. That is, the model itself made things up. OpenAI's answer, ship first, fix later. 1 year later, just days after headlining OpenAI's first dev day, where he unveiled GPT-4 Turbo, custom GPTs, and even an app store for AI. The board fired Sam Altman, no warning. The reason? They said he wasn't candid. In plain words, we don't trust him. Greg Brockman, founder and president, quit in protest. Within hours, 700 OpenAI employees signed a letter saying they would leave too. And then Microsoft jumped in. We'll hire you all. And online, one question went viral. What did Ilya see? Ilya was OpenAI's chief scientist, and he cast a deciding vote to fire Sam. Nobody knew knew why. Some said it was about safety, others said it was about trust. This mystery turned out into a meme. But then, by day 5, Sam was back, stronger than ever. And in fact, the board that tried to fire Sam was fired. Greg posted, "We are so back." Sam went from fired on Friday to emperor on Tuesday. After the coup, Altman looked untouchable, but he couldn't stop branching out. WorldCoin, a crypto project that scans your eyes, and talk of building his own AI chips. Then came the Scarlett Johansson mess. OpenAI's new voice sounded almost identical to her role in Her, the 2013 film where she played an AI assistant. She hadn't agreed, and she sued. Sam's response? A one-word tweet. Her. Meanwhile, rivals split off. Anthropic launched, promising a safer AI. And from China, DeepSeek exploded onto the scene, wiping billions of US AI stocks. OpenAI accused them of stealing the internet short back. Bro, you scraped the whole internet. So what's the lesson? In tech, ideals last until rent is due. Non-profit for all mankind. That held up as long as Sam's vitamin C supply. Survive a coup. And you don't just come back. You come back untouchable. Jobs did it. Gates did it. Now Altman. AI isn't just code, it's power, it's politics, and sometimes scurvy. Sam Altman is proof that in Silicon Valley, you can go from ramen and scurvy to running the world's most hyped AI firm, or as server says, move fast, break promises, and still end up being the king. That's the rise of Sam Altman. Noodles, scurvy, coup, and all. What do you think? Genius or opportunist, or both? Drop your take in the comments below. For more such tech stories, be sure to subscribe to our channel. We'll see you very soon in the next episode. Till then, stay safe, stay healthy, take your vitamin C so that you stay scurvy free.